Hello everybody, Alex here from Snake on Exotics, and I've just got here this morning and our main jobs today are piranha tank clean. So we haven't had a water change or anything in a good little while now. So we're going to dive in, have a good water change, something like that. And we're going to do the saltwater tank as well because she's a dirty girl. She is a dirty girl. She's picked up that much algae from being in the sun. That's 2 days. You can't even see anything. No, 3 days. 3 days of algae. So that's going to have a clean, and we're going to do a water change on there as well. So I'll show you how we do the salt and stuff like that. And yeah, we'll go around and see some animals and stuff like that as well. So please look, subscribe, comment, share, ring the bell for me. Let's crack on with the day. Hey. So first job, going after the piranhas. We're going after the piranhas. So we have to make ourselves a contraption because I've got nothing that's long enough to do down there. So we've got to make something. Every time we make something different because we haven't found anything that's perfect yet. So I've got some new bits and bobs. I've been gifted some bamboo and I've got my big pipe. So we're going to see if we can make something different and see if we can get something good. So that's the plan. So let's build it, see how we get on. Our main ingredient, tape. Okay then everybody, I have made this. Wahaha. I call it the Suckbuster 6000. Ready to go. Mega long pipe. Mega long pipe. Wahaha. So we've got plenty of length. I don't know if we need that much length or it's too much, I don't know. But I think we got to get down in the nooks and crannies, get rid of the mice graveyard. Should be round to go. So let's give it a test run, see if the Suckbuster 6000 is going to be worth keeping. Okay, there we go. Fish tank, position set. Now, I've got to go see if I can find a big enough bucket to siphon into. I might take the full lid off just so we've got more room for mobility and activities. I'll take the boat off and all that stuff, so I'll quickly do that and then we'll start siphoning once I find a big enough bucket. I've tilted you down just a little bit more so you can see the bottom of the tank. I've got my big brewing bucket, so that should hold a good amount of water for us. Hopefully it's going to be okay. It's going to be a bit of a game to do, I have to admit. Then it's siphoning is going to be a pain because I've got all this pipe to deal with. So I'm thinking if I load the pipe into the bucket, ready. So when I'm finished with it, I can put all the excess pipe in the bucket, and then because siphoning with loads of dips and that in the pipe is not going to work. So if I've got it going down from here onto the floor, then up into the bucket, it's not going to work. The problem is they've just gone down there and stirred up everything that I want to suck up. You've just seen them do it, ain't you? Little pains in the bum there. Okay. So that can go in there. I can suck on that straight down into the bucket, and then we can start siphoning, hopefully. So insert. I'll show you. So insert from the top. I haven't took the full top off, but I got took a chunk off. And down we go. Hopefully we'll be able to get it a little bit clean. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. Don't stir up my stuff. Okay, let's crack on. Okay, let's see. Okay, water coming. Oh, we're going. Okay. Okay, so come on, I might better do you at the same time. Oh, that might be handy. Running out of time. Pipe down. Come on, pipe. Down. Suck. Oh, can't say that on YouTube very much, can you? Oh yes, look at that, get the bones. We want bones. We want everything, that's it. Oh, the fish are helping. Bringing all the stuff over to me, yeah. Get all those bones. It's the boneyard we struggle with. Get off sticks. Oh, we're struggling now, we're getting to our max of water load. Yeah, that's gonna do it, we've got to stop. We did it, we got a good chunk of the boneyard out. good chunk. I'm really happy with that. Look at that. So we've got boneyard out. Pipe worked good, but as you saw, I've took that much out. Well, of course, it goes a little bit higher than that. It's about 2 inches water out. It's filled me bucket. So this, I've got to find a way of this going straight down the drain or something like that, else it's just going to be, I've got to do too many trips. So I'm just going to go in. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times I'd have to siphon it, carry this to the toilet. I ain't doing that. They don't pay me enough. I don't pay myself enough. So we're going to figure out a way, see if we can use a longer pipe and get it out the back door. Worked it out, if I'm quick enough and I have the 2 buckets, while I'm emptying the other one can be filling and back and forth. So I'll try and do that. Okay, let's rock and roll. Oh, that worked, an absolute treat. The Suckbuster 6000 is a success, so we shall be keeping him. Now, I'm going to see if we can sort out these branches a little bit. So a lot of them have dropped over time, so I'll try and wedge them back up in position. And then yeah, we'll top it back up, get it running, and then I'll show you what we do on the marine. I've turned it on, it's firing everywhere. Oh my lordy lord. Is that better? Of course, she's a bubbly one today. There we go. Filling the bad boy up. Don't worry everyone, I have put in my tap safe in as well. I do use the pond one just because it's more concentrated and I've got all these tanks to do. So I just put little droppy drops in and it does the whole lot. Okie dokie then. For our next job out, we're diving into the marine tank. Ho ho ho, we are. So, she's a dirty girl, she is. We've got to clean it. So what we're going to do, we're going to give it a good clean first. Because what we don't want to do is do a water change and then clean it and then all this nasty stuff floating around. So we're going to release all the nasty stuff off the glass. I'm going to tell you why we're struggling and stuff like that and what I'm dealing with. And then we'll crack on. So there we go. The main problem I've got at the moment is algae. But that problem is because of the sun and where the tank is. The other problem which is a bit worse, is we're getting quite a lot of cyano. So cyano is this. There we go. It's almost like a red algae. So it does cover stuff like that. So there's a couple of why I could be getting it. Overfeeding, which we're not doing. There could be too much protein, so you don't have a protein skimmer. I've got my protein skimmer right there. She is working quite well at the moment. Sometimes she does play up because the hose pops off here and it doesn't flow back into the tank and these fill up. But apart from that, the skimmer's working well. So the only other thing it could be is nitrites and traits and stuff like that. So water changes are the answer. So we're going to be doing some water changes. Another tip I'm going to show you as well is what I do when I do have a lot of stuff on the top of the tank. So if I release some of this into the tank a little bit, there we go. So we've got those bits floating around there. There they are, floating around. So what we do, we drop that on top. See it there? And as we pull up, it's grabbed it all. So lay a piece of tissue on top like that, non-scented, just bog standard paper tissue. And then pull it from the middle and it brings it all with it. What we're going to be doing, we've got to clean and empty the skimmer. We've got to do a water change, give it a scrub, and then top it back up. And then we've got to make the salt. So we use the RO, oh, another thing as well, cyano could be coming because I'm using tap water or the RO water isn't clean enough. The RO was coming straight from the machine. Last time I checked it was 0.4, so pretty good. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to clean everything down quickly, then skimmer, then water change, top it up. That's the plan. Okay, let's see if we can see the fishies. So it's going to be a big clog of mess for a little bit, and then we should start seeing a little bit of difference in it. Oh, so it's not stuck on hard or anything like that, it's just a build-up of normal algae. So we'll get this off. We ain't even got to scrub it, it's not even the green algae, it's just that slimy brown algae. So I'll get most of that out, give us a good work area to start, and then anything loosey-goosey that's come off this front, we can then get out with the siphon. So that works out really well for us. I'm also going to give the, we've got the little, what's it called now, wave maker. So that goes around putting some flow into the tank. We'll give that a little wipe over, make sure it can get plenty of water flow. If loads of algae builds up on that, it really restricts the flow, like it would if you've got a dirty fan out in your house. It's all clogged up with dirt and stuff, it doesn't want to blow. So I'll do the sides as well a little bit, just to give us a little bit more view in. Oh, and I think that's almost done us. Okay, glass clean done. Let's do the skimmer. So, let's lift you up, get you off the stand. Okie dokie. I've got to watch it because I've got a wet hand. This is the skimmer. So what happens, it bubbles up. Let me see if I can take the lid off. So it bubbles up and over, and all the protein and all the nasty stuff comes over in the bubbles. So it takes it out the tank, because we don't want too much protein in the tank. So there we go. So I take this out, I pour all the water away, I give the tub a good clean, and then we put it back in. And you can just see it just bubbling away. So all nice and clean, back in its spot. So I think the best way of describing this, so you know where, when you're at the seaside, sometimes you'll see that area where it's all the rubbish, it's all foamy and nasty. I think that's almost the ocean's way of having its own little skimmer. All the protein goes out, all that bubbles catch all the nasties and stuff. I might be wrong, but it looks pretty similar to what happens in the sea when you got all that foamy stuff build up. I might be completely wrong, but I think that's a good similarity. We turn everything off. So that's heaters, filters, pumps, everything. There we go, we've got the golden Nemo! With our clownfish at the top, that's our female, the male is the smaller one. And we have a blue damsel, I believe. So, yeah, let's give this a clean. So that there is our wave maker. You can see how it's all gathered on it. Yeah, so we'll loosen all that off. Same at the back. Oh, look at this, is the green hair algae. Siphoning out the water now. I'm only doing just let it sit so I can talk to you about it. What I'm doing is I'm using a certain size bucket that actually has levels on it, so I can know exactly how much water I've taken out, so I can put the exact amount back in. So it's nice and easy for me. There's a bit of sand in the bottom, but this is, I've got to clean this out. This is just the dirty water going in. When it's the clean water, I will do a different job. I will make it look, I will clean out the bucket, that is. So I'm just going to do very light little brushes across, just to pick up any bits that are stuck on the bottom, because a lot of that sand will just come shooting straight up. So we're going to zip and pull these little bits up like that. There we go. And then I will just hover around the rocks, sucking up anything off the rocks that's loosey-goosey. Oh, you can't see much, that's better, there we go. So I'll go around sucking all that up, getting as much as I can, and then we'll add some fresh water once I'm finished. Just checked, we took 17 litres out, so we need 17 litres back in, and then we do the salt. There we go, we've got 17, well, about 19 litres of premium Snake Island RO, made in-house. Now we're going to make the salt. So I know it's an average of about 3 scoops of the salt, because I've done it so many times. So I know 3 scoops, well, 3 cups fulls of salt from my bag of salt into the bucket usually hits bang on. So I'm going to do 2, so we can actually do some work on it. So I'll do 2 of them, then we'll test the salinity, which is how much salt is in the water, and then we will then make the alteration and top it up and get it to the right amount. We've got to stir this bad boy up. Oh yeah, give it a good spin, get all the salt to mix in with the water, and then we can do our salinity test. So we have 1. Come on, that wasn't a full scoop. My cup's a bit dirty. We need 1 more. top up that last one, the one from earlier. Okay. We'll leave that, let that spin, and then we'll test it. Okay, so this is our refractometer. So basically, test the salinity of the tank. So what we have is this little machine here with a pipette. We pipette some of the salt water we want to check onto there. We look through it, we can check the salinity. I know what the salinity is already because I've just checked. So we're going to do a check for you. I'm going to see if I can get the camera to look down it. Okay, we are ready. Let's see if I can do it. There you go. So as you can see, we are below 20. We're probably at 17, 1.017. So we need to go to 1.26. So that's why I like to keep it. So we will add some more salt and check again. Okay, so I've done the second test now, and I think we're about right. I've done it a little bit higher because I've just tested the actual salt water, and we're a point or two below what I like it at. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you this now. I've just tested it. It's about 27, 28. So that's going to be perfect. It's going to top the tank up a point or two. See if we can find it. There it is. Perfect. Absolutely lovely. Happy day. That blue line is where it stops, is what we're looking for. So we'll dry all this off. Back in the container, keeping it safe. And then we've just got to pour that salt into the tank. That went in pretty easy. So now I've got to switch all the gubbins back on. Oh, we're all bubbling, we're all going. So I'm going to net a bunch of this stuff that's been loosey-goosey from me putting the water back in. I think, no, we're okay. I didn't fill up the skimmer when we did the water, when we did that. So hopefully, there we go, put that end back in there. Those will drain again. So there's a little, where the flow comes in here, the pipe can come off sometimes, and then this bit stays really high up because it's not pumping the water out. So that should drop down now to the right amount. And then yeah, we'll net it out, I'll let it settle, and I'll show you what we do. While we wait for the marine tank to settle, we have a forever home. So big stripy female's getting a forever home. So we've got a top for her. We'll grab her out the tank. Oh, hello darling. Oof, 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 oof. There she is. So she gets to go to her forever home today. Look at that. Absolutely fantastic. We think she's got some egos though. We do. So she will hopefully lay them soon. But there she is. Look at that. Absolutely lovely markings. Very peculiar markings. One colour and then black stripes. Absolutely mad. Let's get her in a transport box. There we go. I'll pop some holes in it in a sec. There's loads of, it's a massive box, so it's not tiny. So there's plenty of air in there for it. I will put a hole in it. Not with my finger, with a proper thing. So yeah, there we go. Offshore forever home. Wah, bah, bah. And there we go. You can't really see it, but we're a lot cleaner than what we were. We can actually see everybody. Can we see a fish? Can we see a fish? Oh, don't look at that side. Don't look at that side. There we go. We've got Mrs. Nemo. So yeah, of course there is a little bit going round, so what I'm going to do is I will rough everything up because all the heavies have landed on some of the algae plants and stuff like that. But there we go, it's not 100%, but it's ticking along, ticking along. We will be doing a complete redo once I take it home. I'm not be buying any corals or anything like that till I get it home and get it out of the sun. With the sun, it's just, we're fighting a losing battle. We really are, we really are. But the fish are happy, that's the main thing, because that's all I've got in there at the moment. So yeah, that's all the time I've got for. So please like, subscribe, comment, share, ring the bell for me. If you want to watch another video, should be one up there. If you want to subscribe to the channel, it's up there. Playlist, it's down there. Apart from that, we'll see you in the future. Bye! Sorry that it's flashing. Bye!